Hi, my name is Lars. I'm here in cold Hawaii and I have the pleasure of telling you about Maui Ultra Fins different fin setups. And it so happens that nowadays it's a science because boards are delivered, at least the newer boards are delivered with the 5 fin boxes. So you can set them up in 4 different setups. You can go single fin, twinser, you can go thruster and quad. And depending on the type of setup you choose, the performance differences can be really big. Let me start from the beginning. The good old single fin is always a winner. It's a very efficient way of sailing your board. Single fin creates a lot of lift. It will enable you to get on a plane early, move around, yet it will still turn, especially if you have a small fin. The twinser setup, on the other hand, is not quite as efficient as the single fin. It doesn't get you quite as early on a plane. It doesn't take you upwind quite as easily, but it does turn extremely sharply. In my world, it's the most turny fin setup that you can do. So it will get you around the corners real quickly, but when it comes to redirecting the board, it's also very loose and you will sometimes have the board sliding out. So if you're a new school kind of guy that want to do takas and all these radical 360s, then you might want to look at the twinsers. Then there's thruster, and that is one of my favorites, especially here in cold Hawaii, where the waves are not super perfect always and you need some performance, because a thruster is giving you a lot of performance. And when I say performance, I mean speed and going upwind. The reason being is that you still have a fairly big center fin, but the size of fin you would choose in a thruster setup is too small to sail it with just that one size alone. So you got small side fins on there too, and they will enable you to keep the board in when you redirect. So for me, thruster is the golden compromise in a lot of situations. Then there's quad, and that is the most radical fin setup there is today. Each fin is so small that they hardly generate lift for your board. So the board feels quite dead in the water, but that's actually what you want to have from your quad setup. You want to have this board which is in the water all the time. It gives you control. So given you have the right kind of conditions, which is side shore, big waves, or really strong wind, then this fin setup will give you a confidence because there's so much control in a quad setup. For example, you come flying out of your bottom turn on a really big fast wave and you're putting the rail in. You can just trust your board so much more with a quad setup because you got a lot of fin surface out on the rail. So for really radical big waves, it gives you a bigger sense of security and it just gives you the chance of pushing really hard on the board.